Hello and welcome to another edition of the UK and Ireland Minnesota Vikings Fan Club podcast. I'm your host, charity lead, Reece Field, and I'm joined today by my two amigos, all-round nice guy and club vice president, Mr. John McDonald, and club content lead, Mr. Tom Barry Jones. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, gentlemen.
Well, sirs, did we have a nice Christmas?
Christmas Day was fine. I've just been feeling rough since Boxing Day because I feel like I didn't sit in the right place to watch the game on Christmas night. I feel better for it because we won the game, but God, I don't know. I've been feeling pretty sick, boys.
John?
Yeah, it was a very nice Christmas. Couple of days off. Very nice, and a good Vikings win on Christmas Day definitely helped finish the day off.
Absolutely. As you may notice, there is no Big Deal Rich tonight. We think it's because he lives near Leeds and he's probably hiding because of that Adingra challenge. If anyone who saw the game, they will know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, no Rich this week. I'm sure he'll be back in the new year. It's quite a weird weekend with fixtures all spread out across many days. Tom, why don't you take us around the grounds?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, it feels like forever ago that we played. I can't believe it was all the way back on Thursday last week, which is only, 4 days ago, but it does feel like absolutely forever. But yeah, we were one of three games on Christmas Day. We'll talk about ours in a bit, but the game before us was the Dallas Cowboys against the Washington Commanders. That was actually a pretty good game. The Cowboys came out on top there, 30-23. Then I didn't stay up for this one, but the Denver Broncos came out on top against the Kansas City Chiefs with a score of 20-13. Then we had a day off on Boxing Day. Then Saturday, we had the Houston Texans taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. They won 20-16, the Texans did. Then the Baltimore Ravens doing God's work, really, beating the Green Bay Packers 41-24. Quite a convincing one, that one. 3 scores in it. Then you've got the Sunday early slate. You've got Seattle beating Carolina 27-10. They put a bit of a beating on them. The Cincinnati Bengals, they're really reveling in having Joe Burrow back, putting 37 on the Arizona Cardinals, 37-14. Low-scoring game between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Browns coming out on top there, 13-6. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat their AFC South rivals, the Indianapolis Colts, 23-17 in Indianapolis. They've really struggled since losing Daniel Jones. I think they've gone now 0-4 with Phillip Rivers under center. But he says he doesn't regret coming out of retirement, and I don't blame him for the amount of money they've paid him. Tampa Bay lost the Florida Derby to the Miami Dolphins, 20-17 in Miami. The New England Patriots, they put one over their old rivals, the New York Jets, 42-10. I heard a wonderful stat about the New York Jets earlier. Garrett Wilson is still their leading receiver, despite not having made a catch since early October. Then the final Sunday 6 o'clock game was the New Orleans Saints beating the Tennessee Titans 34-26. Sunday 9 o'clock was the New York Giants beating the Las Vegas Raiders 34-10. I believe Geno Smith came out of that game with a bit of an injury for the Raiders. And then the Philadelphia Eagles coming out with a 1-point win over the Buffalo Bills, winning 13-12. And then you have Sunday Night Football, a shootout between the San Francisco 49ers at home to the Chicago Bears. The 49ers winning that one 42-38, which leaves us with Monday Night Football, which, as we record, is tonight between the Los Angeles Rams and the Atlanta Falcons. All right. I suppose I'll give you a prediction. I think the Los Angeles Rams are going to come away with this one 33-16.
Yeah,
Should I? Yeah, no, go ahead, John.
There. Some really interesting games there. I mean, that San Francisco Bears game was a really good game, and the Bills almost pulled it back, failing on a 2-point conversion to win their game there. They had it. They could have kicked the PTA for overtime, but decided to go for the win and try for a 2-point conversion, having missed PTA earlier in the game to make it 36.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think anyone deserved to win that game. I felt it was pretty awful. Yeah.
Do you want me
not
to?
not one I'd watch back again. Not one I'd watch back again, to be honest.
Has anyone seen that Brock Purdy touchdown?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. So where he runs around for about 10 seconds, just dodging defenders and just little dink into the corner of the end. Oh, absolutely a thing of beauty.
Remarkably similar to the last play of the game with Caleb Williams, where of course he just couldn't complete the pass, but was running around for it felt like an eternity back there trying to find a receiver in the end zone. But yeah, close run thing. I want to criticize Derek Henry for now I'm out of all my respective sleeper fantasy playoffs, having a fantastic game there. And I'd also like to congratulate John, who was going to turn up regardless to gloat in my face, I'm sure, at some point about beating me at my own game in the Fantasy Five-a-Side League we have. I'm sure he has some big speech planned or something, but I'm just going to criticize Jahmyr Gibbs as much as possible to throw him under the bus.
I just want to praise the Vikings defense for stopping Jahmyr Gibbs from having a game, because we all predicted last week that Gibbs would just run through our defense. But yeah, let's start getting into our game then, shall we?
Well, I was just going to say, do you want me to go over the playoff picture as things stand going into Week 18, or do we want to do that when we get into the fixture? I think we should just do it now. We should say how things stand.
Yeah.
Playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. I think it's the line, but no, go for it.
Yeah. So both conferences still have just one place available. The AFC North hasn't decided its champion yet, and the NFC South has also not decided its champion. So it will either be the Steelers or the Ravens from the AFC North, and it will be either the Panthers or the Buccaneers from the NFC South. So you have currently the Broncos, Patriots, and Jaguars as their division winners, currently as things stand. So they're the leaders in those divisions. And then you have the Texans, the Chargers, and the Bills are confirmed at least a wild card spot for each of them. Some of them might be guaranteed if their division is settled. Then in the NFC, our conference, you've got the Seahawks, the Bears, and the Eagles. They are going to be they're currently the 1, 2, and 3 seeds. And then you've got the 49ers at 5, the Rams at 6, and the Packers at 7.
It's just a mess, isn't it, really, this whole playoff picture?
As Richard said all season, no one knows who's good.
No one knows who's good. No one wants to actually win the NFC South, with both teams doing their best to throw that one away.
The Steelers can't beat the Browns. Anyone that expected the Steelers to beat the Browns this weekend clearly didn't look at the Steelers' record, because they've already got 9 wins, and Mike Tomlin doesn't get past 9 wins each year. So he's completed it. He's clocked out. He's
guaranteed that he's going to have another winning season or non-losing season. So he's happy.
Was it 22 in a row now? 18 for Tomlin. It's silly, really.
It's sickening. It's sickening.
Yeah, who wants just to limp in with a winning record and not make the playoffs? Yeah, because we are facing that reality, because now Green Bay have nothing to play for. I'm sure that we'll be seeing Malik Willis or worse.
Probably worse. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised we're facing the third stringers. But I guess some knee-jerk reactions are probably in order, because we did play a game on Christmas Day. Snoop Dogg did put on one of the better halftime shows you'll see. And John, your thoughts on the game? We'll go for the game and not Snoop Dogg.
Well, the game was one for the purists, shall we say. If you like defensive football, it was definitely a game for you. If not, if you like big throws and lots of touchdowns and lots of attacking football, this wasn't the game for you. This wasn't the game. But if you like QBs being put on their arse, this was definitely a game for you.
Although I'll say it was mostly on the Vikings side, it was good defense that did that. On the other side, it was really poor Vikings offense. You know, we couldn't really get anything going, and it was a bit of trickeration from Jordan Addison that got us our most exciting touchdown of the game.
Phenomenal play call, I'd like to say. To have those guts to go, right, I'm calling a timeout here. I don't like what I see, but I do see something else. And to call that, and Jordan Addison near enough 22 miles an hour. I didn't know he had that in him. That was phenomenal. And the extra effort to reach the end zone, because I don't think without that extra effort, we would have made it into the end zone. It probably would have been a very slow and painful goal line stand.
Yeah, it was very much marginal getting into the end zone, maybe a matter of a couple of inches that the ball went over the pylon. Because I think if it had gone outside the pylon, that wouldn't have counted. I know the goal line counts. The goal line kind of extends to infinity upwards, but does it extend to infinity beyond the pylon?
Yes, it goes wide.
Oh, fine. Well, in that case,
I think you still have to. I think you have to pass over the pylon. Actually, I think on the goal line.
I've always heard that it goes around the world. I remember distinctly hearing that it goes around the world.
There you go.
So, I may be. That's what I've heard. That's what I heard on commentary once.
I think,
but they might be wrong. But that's
because he was established as a runner already. I think that was fine. But he did have to have incredible body control not to step out of bounds.
I definitely when I first saw it, I was like, that's out of the 1 yard line or something like that. I was like, and then they gave the touchdown, and I always say give the touchdown, and if it's not a touchdown, you can take it away because touchdowns are always up for review. So I don't know why when it's close they don't just give the touchdown and we'll review it.
Well, I mean, they were doing that in the middle of the season, except for we would often be on the wrong side of that review. But no, the answer to that question is we don't know. So if you want to know the answer to the question of does the goal line extend beyond the pylon, then you can email the podcast, ukvibespod@gmail.com to ask us that question. We're not going to waste any more.
Next week.
We'll answer it next week. We'll let Rich have some homework. My knee-jerk reaction.
He has to listen to a pod he's not on.
He does.
He's not going to do that.
He's the president now.
I think
he
Rich
has ample time.
I don't. Rich does it. I don't.
Oh goodness! I listen to everything we put out there.
I'm glad someone does. Justin Jefferson breaking the record for the most yards, receiving yards through to the first 6 seasons of a career. We're pretty happy about that, and he's closing in on 1,000 for the season. Do you think he's going to get it next week? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that when we talk about the Green Bay game.
We'll talk about it in a bit, yeah. But I mean, I'd hope so. But it depends if the broken quarterback or the other broken quarterback is playing. Because I mean, we're going to come on to Boyd Ungood, Boyd Unbad. But yeah, for me, it was just one of those there that I was very glad that it was a Christmas Day game, so the drinking to excess was already excused before the game, because there was no way I was sitting through that mess sober. But I'm glad it was over. I'm glad we got the win because I really don't care about our draft position. I just want to see this team develop, although preferably with McCarthy under center. I guess we'll come to Boyd Ungood, Boyd Unbad. Tom, I'm going to come to you first.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go with the Boyd Ungood, which is a fairly obvious one. So obvious that we both picked the same guy originally. I had to beat you off with a stick to get this pick, but it was Harrison Smith. How can you say anything other than, boy, you done good? It was an interception, a sack, and a pass defense. It was like watching Harrison Smith of old, and it's such a shame that like this coming week is likely to be his last ever game in Vikings purple. And I'm glad it's going to be the throwback jerseys. But that guy, he's been a cornerstone of this defense for about as long as I've been a fan of the Vikings. So yeah, to see him do that, we're going to have a hard job to replace him, if and when he does eventually hang them up. But yeah, Harrison Smith is my boy done good.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, timeless Harrison Smith performance. Replacing Harrison Smith is going to be hard. Jay Ward looks very good, though. I think we have to say that. Maybe he is the next man up after we all thought it'd be Theo Jackson, who has struggled at best this season.
He's not really lived up to the $8 million contract we gave him.
No, just maybe Harry one more year. We always say start the season. Oh, he's not looking very good. He should have retired. Then come the end of the season, he's without a shadow of doubt, the best player on that defense. And I feel like
I'd love to see it, but like to have him, to put him through the emotional mill again. Like you saw how emotionally he got at the end of last season. You've seen how he emotionally got after this weekend's game, and he's going to be so emotional after Green Bay on Sunday. I wouldn't want to put him through it. We're just going to have to eat the fact that he is on a void year contract.
Yeah. I mean, credit to the Vikings because they introduced the offense first last week, which means they'll be introducing the defense first this week, which means that place is going to absolutely erupt when Harry the Hitman comes out last. It's, as Tom said, he's been there pretty much as long as I've been a Vikings fan. I still remember when we drafted him, but it was I think we had 3 first rounders that year. Was it 2 or 3?
It was him, Sharif Floyd, and Cordero Patterson, I think.
Patterson, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it that year?
No, I think Patterson might have been the year.
Maybe a couple of years later. Well, carry on.
But he's just a Vikings team without Harrison Smith is just gonna feel weird to me. But everyone knows he's hands down my favourite player of all time.
Oh, my bad. It was Matt Khalil and Harrison Smith. Matt Khalil at the top of the round, and then Smith at number 29.
Yeah, I couldn't remember whether it was 2 or 3 that year.
I was thinking of the year after, I think.
Yeah.
To credit you, Tom, your Googling is faster than mine.
Yep. It has felt like it's felt like a last hurrah for Harrison Smith all year, and having Anthony Barr a couple of weeks ago blow the yellow horn with wearing a Harrison Smith jersey. Like normally these players will wear their own jersey, but he was paying tribute to not only a wonderful teammate but a good friend. Like Harrison Smith is such an understated player. Like he's got a very calm head on his shoulders, plays with violence, but he's a very sort of understated man, and I think he deserves all the credit. Like I wish he did more sort of in the community, because I think he'd be a cert for Walter Payton Man of the Year.
I'm not going to criticize. I mean, all I want to say is he is.
It's not a criticism. I just wish he did. I wish he had that.
I don't know if he got it a couple of years. Was nominated, because you can only be nominated 3 times.
Fair enough.
You can only be nominated 3 times, so that's why. So he might have done it in been nominated a lot earlier in his career.
Harrison Smith now is over 20 sacks. He has 39 interceptions now. If he gets to 40, he joins a very elite club. I can't remember if it's only 2 or 4 other players who have ever done that in league history.
I think it's 2. I can't remember who they are, but
if he gets that interception, there should be no doubt that he is Hall of Fame Harry. Because you can't be in that sort of elite company and not go into the Hall of Fame. Tom,
we'll leave that debate for an off season, shall we?
Tom, your boy done bad.
I'm going to say it's you lot, to be honest, because the predictions last week were that we were going to get mullered. No one had any confidence in the Vikings. Like you all had less confidence than Chicago Bears fan Seth Rollins. And any given Sunday under the lights of US Bank Stadium with the Vikings in their winter whiteout uniforms, with a lot to play for, I'd say, in terms of pride. Anyway, like I know the season's gone, but come on, guys! Any given Sunday, support the Vikes. We're the official podcast.
I mean, for this, I'm just going to say, I forgot one thing and one thing only. I forgot how badly beaten up that Detroit offensive line is. It is mullered. It's in a worse state than our own. I mean, they brought back Frank Ragnow from retirement, who then managed to get injured before stepping on the field. So 1-0 Philip Rivers in that count. Well done, Phil, for getting onto the field and seeing it through 4 games. You are going to earn your 5 years of family health care from the NFL. Well, you have done at least. But yeah, I completely forgot about that because, like I say, John and I both were in agreement that there was no way you were stopping that running back duo. But then we forgot one very important thing, which is the big 5 men up front who have to block for them.
Yeah.
I have to try at least. I didn't do that much trying.
I mean, sometimes I can even snap the ball to the quarterback.
Yeah. Right. Shall we?
Yeah,
well, yeah.
John.
John, your boy done good.
Surprisingly, it's Andrew Van Ginkel. Because I mean, he was a monster on Thursday. Just terrifying that Detroit offense. I mean, the way he sacked him and still came up with the ball was just it was incredible. Normally, there's a big scrum at the bottom for the ball at those sacks, but no, Andrew had it within.
Gink was just like yoink mine.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's just one of the. I remember I was watching it. I was like, oh, that's a sack. I mean, we've come away with the ball. No, he was probably down first, and oh no, it was.
Reminded me of the Isaiah Rodgers strip. It wasn't a sack, but it was a fumble recovery off the Bengals guy in week 3. Like, how has he ripped that ball? Like, where's the ball gone? Oh, Rodgers has got it. Oh, Gink's got it. Like, it was very much like that.
Yeah. It was just well, everyone on that defense, and B-Flow as well, because he just taught Goff a new one.
Yeah, it was. I think Jared Goff is going to be has probably been going to bed for the last few nights, and having nightmares about Andrew Van Ginkel and how you could argue, single-handedly destroyed the playoff hopes. So all those sacks, the 2 fumble recoveries, just phenomenal from Gink.
Yeah,
John, boy done bad.
All the Max believers, all the people that were saying put Max in when JJ was struggling. They were like, no, just put Max in. Max is better than him. Max is better than him. Max is better than him. Max,
you want to see what you've got?
Max was undrafted for a reason. That is the reason.
I'm going to say I completely agree with you. I mean, I never said to the point of put Max Brosmer in over JJ McCarthy. I knew it'd be worse. That I just didn't think it'd be that much worse. To say, does anyone know what the quarterback rating, or does anyone want to guess what the quarterback rating was against Detroit? Don't look it up. Don't look it up, Thomas.
I think I haven't got it up. It's something like 59 or something like that.
So I was looking at ESPN, and they gave a quarterback rating of you got the quarterback rating of 62.6, but also the QBR of 9, single digits 9. He had a 5.3 against Seattle through 4 interceptions. So that shows you how.
Yeah. So he improved.
I mean, he had a 73.4 against the Chargers, where he threw the ball 3 times or whatever, and then New York he had a 70.4. But it just shows that you either get something that's very subpar or incredibly subpar.
Well, he threw for 51 yards. He threw 51 yards, was sacked for 48, which left us with 3 passing yards net. That is the fewest that any team has had in a win since 2006. And that 2006 game, which was the Texans, I believe, was the only other time that's happened since 1983. So it was a generationally bad passing performance from the Vikings. Lucky we had a good run game, isn't it?
I guess you could call it a good run game. I don't know if I'd go that far. It felt rough. I mean,
158
it
yards.
was
I know one.
heavily inflated by a jet sweep. Heavily
I know
inflated.
65 of those came on the Jordan Addison touchdown, but I'll take it. 158 is better than we've got in most games this season.
Jones averaged 2.9 yards a carry, Chandler 3.4 yards a carry, and then Brosma had 16 yards off of 2 scrambles.
Yeah, and Addison had 65 per carry. Just hand him the ball every play.
Yeah, just like Adrian Peterson watching Jordan Addison, right? That's my one criticism with these throwback jerseys. I wish it was the naughty style, because that would be a lovely send off for Harry to have that one there. I guess it's my turn to do this.
Turn.
Right. I don't remember who it was. I'm going to start with
the other linebacker.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with Boyd I'm Bad, because we've been doing a lot of visual native. Will Fries. Poor, very poor, especially when you consider how Donovan Jackson fared alongside him. You can't have the excuse of I don't have my first choice center and my first choice tackle either side of me and be that far behind. I could accept it from Donovan Jackson, who's a rookie, but not one of the highest paid guards in the league. Very, very poor, very, very concerning. I don't know if it's going to get better. I feel like he's an expensive piece that has to start performing. They need health on the offensive line. They need O'Neal to stay healthy. Whoever the center is going to be, it can't be Michael Jurgens next season, because he's just not good enough. He's got the Bradburys about him, shall we say. He's a bit undersized, gets bowled over. I like Blake Brandell in center, but that's quite a big ask to say to a guy, hey, you had 2-3 good games at center, and you've never played there before, but now we're going to make you the starter next season. I really think we have to look to the draft. Everyone complains about the depth of the draft because everyone looks at the first round. Centers never go in the first round. They go in the second round, third round, and that's actually quite a decent class for centers. But yeah, guard position, Will Fries, do better. You're being paid a lot more money.
I'll come to the defense of Will Fries a bit, in that he was up against Aiden Hutchinson on one of the plays where he got absolutely burned. There was a spin move where Hutchinson left him in the absolute dust. I don't think even the best guard in the league would have stopped Hutchinson on that one.
Then how do you account for all the other plays?
Oh yeah, he was bad. But also,
okay, for you, we'll defend this one exceptional piece of play from this guy who gets paid to.
I'll defend one of the sacks he gave up.
But Boyd I'm Good.
Yeah,
this is the Dallas Turner that we all thought we were going to get. I think we were a bit unrealistic with our expectations. We all saw a 21-year-old kid get drafted and all thought, he's young. Daniil Hunter was young, so he'll just be Daniil Hunter immediately. No, that was never going to happen. But this was a game-wrecking performance on the other side of the line, and only outshone by his opposite. The other linebacker is, as you said earlier, he destroyed. He destroyed the run game. He was getting to the quarterback. I think he even tipped a pass as well. He was everywhere, Dallas Turner. This is what we expected from him. And it was always going to be a bit of a slow burn. He wasn't going to be Latu out from the Colts. That was two very different prospects. And this is, a player who's starting to deliver and just looks so much better on that right-hand side, coming off of where Grenard usually comes off of. Ask him to be Grenard, he can do that. But ask him to be Van Ginkel, no one can be Van Ginkel. I think we also have to say big credit to Brian Flores. Was a linebackers coach before. He's been head coach in Miami. I was going through some old paperwork earlier, and I saw the team sheet from the Miami game that Tom and I worked on. And yeah, just Brian Flores. Apparently, a new deal is in the works. That was what I asked for Christmas last week. I also know that Jerry World is swarming. The Wills will probably have to get the checkbook out, but I think also the team has to have some form of identity on offense and have it quick, because that's going to be a big factor in keeping Flores happy, is having a offense that's going to, lead to him not having to do what he did today of, eking out a win against the last season's number 1 seed with only a net 3 yards of passing and 3 yards of carry average before Jordan Addison took one to the house.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, who would have seen the Lions finishing 4th in our division this
year? We could completely have a flip.
Was it someone who predicted that?
Oh, I know you want to revisit your pipe punts and all that.
Did someone put a pipe punt? And even Darren, who was just meant to be a neutral, was like, "Yes, I'm having a bit of that."
Yep.
It's not happened yet, but I'm just.
John loves reminding us of when he's right.
Yeah, he doesn't like to remind us of when he's wrong. So John, how are those CJ Ham touchdowns in the international series?
Well, I'll tell you what, the CJ Ham touchdown against New York done really well, because it earned me 61 quid. Got him at 60 to 1 at half time. I was like, yes, please.
Just have that. Any time touchdown for CJ Ham, just not in the international series when it mattered most for John in the pipe punts. But yeah, it's. Well, I mean, Tom, where do you stand this Flores thing? Because of course we only briefly touched on it last week. But where do you stand on Brian Flores and the need to keep him in the building?
Oh, I think it's mandatory. You have to keep Brian Flores around. I was going to say before, like, it's a good thing that the amount we pay our coaches doesn't impact the salary cap. It's just a matter of how much the team are willing, like the owners are willing to pay their most important people. And if they are smart, they will throw Fort Knox at him.
Yeah, the only places I could see Flores going would be Dallas, if Jerry really gets out the checkbook and he looks at that.
Unless
Dallas
someone
offense.
Offers him a head coach job.
Yeah,
which
but
I just don't.
The only place I could see offering him a head coach job, and these are just because of the owners, because the owners don't tend to give a flying what the rest of the NFL wants to do, and that's if Mike Tomlin walked away from the Steelers at the end of the season, and then the Steelers were like, "We'll take you on," because the Rooneys really do not give a flying what the other owners think of them or care. They do what's best for their team, and do not give a shit if he's suing the NFL, because. Remember, he did have a job at the Steelers after he got let go from Miami. He got taken on there as a coordinator for half a season, I think it was.
Yeah. Linebackers coach.
The only other option that I can see is, I think Rich and I discussed this on the pod that he and I did together a few weeks ago, is you not cut your losses, but you go, who's more important to this franchise, Brian Flores or Kevin O'Connell? And do you somehow give Brian Flores the head coach reins at the Vikings and bring in a new coordinator team? Which is an option, I think.
I think it's lunacy to even want to go down that road away from Kevin O'Connell. I mean, we're staring into potentially another winning season. Granted, we've not made the playoffs, but we've done that with a mess at quarterback. And as great as Flores' defense has been, you still have to get to a level of quarterback play that, despite being the 31st in the league this season, that has all the other things that have been coached, trying to get blood out of the stone. It's still been done to a degree, and you're not going to hand the reins over to Brian Flores and get rid of Kevin O'Connell. All you're probably going to do is go, "Hey Brian, do you want head coach money to stay as a defensive coordinator? Be our guest." And that's
could you make them co-head coaches? Like, is that an option?
As a Liverpool fan, I say don't do that, because I remember those days of Roy Evans, just the very young me, knowing that my dad really didn't like those days.
Right. On getting rid of KOC, do you know what lunacy that sounds like to anyone outside of the Vikings?
Oh, I completely agree.
Completely agree. It's complete nuts.
Yeah, he would be hired as a head coach before he walked out of that facility.
Yeah, because it's not on him this season, really. I think there are things that you can level at him, such as not being able to come up with a plan B, not being able to have his not being able to move away from his game plan and just expecting the players to adapt to it, rather than looking at the players he's got, what their strengths are, and going, we'll play to your strengths. But he's a young head coach, and I think he is learning on the fly. He won't be leaving the Vikings before the end of his current contract. But
was he fourth year head coach?
Yeah, something like that. But he's how many years has
Fourth year
got
head
left
coach,
on his?
Potentially 3 winning seasons.
Yeah,
providing we get a win against Green Bay, and his losing seasons where he had to decide, do I want to play Nick Mullins or Josh Dobbs? It was pretty aggressive. And coming back to the point about everyone saying, let's play Brosmer over McCarthy, they were also the same people saying, let's play Carl Sloter over Kirk Cousins. And whereas Carl Sloter now, I think the only bright spot is I think Brax Brosmer still has some form of future in the NFL. As an emergency first-string quarterback for the Vikings, we've seen that he can, against a bad team, still move the ball enough, like he did against the Giants a couple of weeks ago. But now, enough of looking back. Let's look forward to one more game this season. It's a noon kickoff at the Bank, 6 p.m. our time. Broadcast partner not described just yet. Probably not going to be on TV, mind you. There's not much else to pick from, is there, this weekend of games that matter?
Well, they're spreading them around over a few days, aren't they? They've got. Have we got a Thursday night game this week?
No Thursday night game.
No Thursday night game in last week.
Okay,
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Is there no Monday?
No,
let's
Monday.
have a look.
Well, there'll be a
Fair
Monday.
enough.
There'll be a Monday morning for us, but no Sunday, no actual Monday.
Right.
There'll be a few different island games.
You've got 2 divisional title games on the Saturday.
Yep.
And then the divisional title game on the Sunday night football as well.
Yeah. So Ravens Steelers is going to be game 272. So yeah, we start off with the Panthers at the Buccaneers at 10:30 on Saturday night. 10:30? No, 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. And then, sorry, I was working from
Seahawks 49ers
Central Time rather than Eastern Time. Yeah, Seahawks 49ers at 1 a.m. And then Sunday we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 o'clock UK time games. That's New Orleans at Atlanta, Cleveland at Cincinnati, Indianapolis at Houston, Tennessee at Jacksonville, Green Bay at Minnesota, and Dallas at New York Giants. And then I think, 7?
Yeah, we might 7. Be on telly.
Yeah, looking at
that.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch
there's not much to play for.
No, it's a case of which broadcaster wants to show the Jaguars and which broadcaster wants to show the Packers, because everyone else is not in the playoffs.
Well, we usually get something like 3 or 4 games across Channel 5 and Sky, because Sky will put maybe 3 games across their multiple channels. They'll have one on Sky NFL, one on Main Event maybe, and one on Sky Sports Plus. It's entirely possible, and I don't think. Did they show Green Bay, our game at Green Bay earlier in the season?
They did.
Yeah, fair enough.
They did. It was on Sky Sports Plus, I think. Yeah.
I don't even remember where I was. Oh, I was just back from Madrid that week. Anyway,
all right, Jet. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about a game, shall we? John, I'm going to come to you first then. Your prediction, and what. I mean, we say, what do you think is going to happen? We have no idea what's going to happen. We could be playing against, I don't know. I don't even know who the first string quarterback is of the Packers.
I see us just playing against backup Packers, to be honest. They're going to be resting for their playoff run here. And, I just see us playing against backup Packers, and we're going to get the win quite easily, I think. Yeah, it's going to be. We're going to go into have a winning season, I think. It's not often I predict a win. It's not often I've predicted a win this year, but yeah, Vikings win.
Nice. That's what we want.
Tom?
What have I picked? I've gone for a Vikings win as well. I feel like we will come away from this one with a victory, because I don't think the Packers are going to put out a strong team. They'll be looking to protect as many players as they can for the playoffs, and obviously they will have a lot of pride to play for, taking on. Well, I was going to say their biggest rivals. I don't think we are their biggest rivals, but taking on the Vikings in Minneapolis, they're going to want to win it, but I think we'll have too much for them, especially if JJ McCarthy comes back. Apparently, he's progressing with his hairline fracture in his throwing hand. So I'm going to go for a Vikings win 20-17. Close one, but a Vikings win nonetheless.
So yeah, I'm in that same mindset, but man, this sucks because if only Dallas had not tied with Green Bay, this would be for the 7th seed this game. So it's all the Cowboys' fault. No one else's fault, entirely the Cowboys' fault.
It's all our bloody special teams' fault.
No, I'm blaming the Cowboys here, John.
Letting that run back against the Bears when we're polishing them off in that game.
We did have them.
We don't let that run back. We beat the Bears and probably are fighting for the division at this point.
Yeah.
If we didn't stall in the red zone so much against the Eagles or the Ravens as well, we've got so many what ifs, and we're going to revisit these in the off season.
Yeah.
If JJ McCarthy plays, I see us being able to move the ball quite easily. Not so much because of JJ McCarthy, but because of what we're going to be facing coming out of Green Bay. And so I've got us down beating the Packers 30 points to 13. However, if it's a Max Brosma game, I would change that to a 9-6 victory. Because boy, it's going to be ugly if Brosma's in. But, the only difference being his weapons. Jefferson going for 1,000 yards. I think they're going to be trying to feed Jefferson, and there's going to be some third and fourth string cornerbacks on the Green Bay Packers who are going to be desperate to try and stop that happening.
Yeah, I've gone for 34-15 to the Minnesota Vikings.
He's changed it.
Yeah, I've literally just changed it.
He's just changing it, and he's hearing us talking. He's going, maybe I should have put more points on the board.
Yeah, just chucked an extra 10 points on.
Just chuck an extra 10 points on there is.
Sorry about that, boys.
Oddly, I feel like our the hardest part of our predictions after watching last week is: do you really think the Packers are going to get up to that many points? Because if it's not Malik Willis and it's a step down from Malik Willis, I have no idea who that is, and you would have thought we did this research before the podcast, but no. My search history, I have a content filter which prevents me from looking at the Green Bay Packers. It's a wonderful thing. I suggest.
So currently, the Packers have one more quarterback on their roster. He's on their practice squad. It's a guy by the name of Clayton Tune. Yeah, I haven't heard of him either.
So we're predicting a comfortable win for the Vikings, which means we'll probably lose.
Oh yeah, this is going to go.
I mean, you guys have predicted a comfortable win. I've predicted a 3-point win. I don't think we're that good, even with most of our starters in. But we'll see. We'll see what KOC puts in. He's been speaking today about injuries and stuff. Like I say, McCarthy is progressing. You've got Aaron Jones, who's carrying an injury. TJ Hawkinson missed last week's game, and he could be back for the final game, but we'll see. I got the notification earlier, and I only saw the first couple of words. It was KOC says TJ Hawkinson, and I was expecting it to say goes on injured reserve, but
no point of injured reserve now. It would just be practice squad elevations, which is what I feel like we're going to be facing a lot of. And might be seeing a few of our own. because there's really not much more to talk about, is there? You know, it was lovely having a win on Christmas. I'm glad the Grinch returned the run plays, because without the run plays, we would have had Nout on offense. But Tom, if people want to get in touch, of course, I've sort of given a little hint earlier as people who can get in touch if they want to know if the goal line goes all the way around the world. But please do tell the people how they can get in contact with us.
Yeah, they can find us on. Well, if you're listening to this podcast, obviously you've found us on your favorite podcast platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. If you're not watching the YouTube version, please do check us out and leave some ratings if you like. Leave ratings on all the podcast platforms. Let us know that you think we're a 5-star podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and Discord. And although we don't post there anymore, you can still get in touch with us via X. We will respond via DM. Other than that, well, there is the emails as well. ukvikespod@gmail.com. That's ukvikespod@gmail.com.
And well, I guess that covers everything. You won't hear from us again this side of the new year. So, depending on when you're listening, Happy New Year. We hope you have a great time. Drink responsibly if you drink. And as John would say, the Packers. Say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Cheers. Ta-ra.